I am terrible at predictions. A digital media lecturer whose job it is to kind of give people a steer towards what might happen. I've been paid actual money by a proper broadcast organisation, BBC, Welsh Language, but still, to tell people, to pontificate on live radio about what might happen in the future to various things. I'm crap at predictions. This is kind of my basis in case somebody downloads the MP4 of this and puts it online in 9 years' time, where I'm hilariously wrong and the Earth will have been ravaged to scorched Earth and the mechanoids will all have taken over. So things I didn't see coming. Some examples. My wife, back in about 2002, said, Reece, I think telly won't be the same in years to come. Well, the Big Brother was a flash in the pan. What I think will happen, right, is that we'll be able to kind of download, but also not quite download a lot of TV programs. Really kind of broadband, that's not going to happen. And she went on to say, I think it's going to be, how we say, oh yeah, EastEnders is on at 7:30. That'll be less important in the future. Broadcasters will do that. They'll just kind of, they'll say, oh yeah, watch at the start of the day. I think, really? With soaps, people come, tens of millions watch serial dramas, long-lasting serial dramas like Doctors and Neighbours. They'll still be around in 2026. My wife, I should say, is a huge Neighbours fan. But anyway, yeah, I didn't see streaming telly happening. I didn't see the collapse of broadcast and its assorted paraphernalia, shall we call it, coming. Well done, me. 2004 it was. And there was this brilliant social platform that I think I mentioned in the bits we did on Google, called Orkut, named after the Turkish engineer who devised it in the 20% time Google gave employees. So you can work 1 day a week on whatever you want, whether it's building the Eiffel Tower out of toilet roll or whether it's conquering the world with social media. The secret is that's what you do on top of your 5 days a week. But anyway, Orkut, it's launched. It's amazing. It's got Google behind it, but you can see how you're linked to everybody else in the chain. There's 6 degrees or whatever. It lays that out. Amazing. Started getting emails from friends saying, dear Reece, Rhiannon wants to join Facebook, the new social network. Orkut all the way. Yeah, you may have noticed Facebook was slightly more successful than Orkut. Google, not content with big in Brazil, incidentally, big in Brazil for reasons I haven't quite fathomed, but it's had a long afterlife in Brazil. Look it up, it's actually quite interesting. After that, Google launched 2 more social platforms. Google Wave, which signed up all your friends to chat in real time, whether they wanted to or not. Excellent for privacy, excellent for not pissing people off. Years after that, Google Plus, which is actually okay. But Google decided, it's not worth it. We will cede to Meta on all that sort of thing. Remnants, incidentally, Google Plus can still be found in the YouTube comment system, but that's about it. 0 from 2. Let's go. Amazon conquering the world. Yeah, I've mentioned this in passing, but my PhD is from the School of Engineering, looking at developing computers that can transcribe Welsh. I was working with BT Labs in Ipswich in East Anglia. If you don't know your English geography, it's kind of about as far from here as you can go. More a straight line from Swansea through past London to more or less the coast. So it's there. So I was working with BT. The people there were really clever people, working for one of the largest telephone companies in the world on far-sighted research. Yeah, of course they're going to be clever. And I would sit there at the canteen at lunchtime eating my subsidized mashed potato and thinking, yeah, you're quite clever, aren't you? We started talking about a company called Amazon, thinking, oh, I've heard of them, aren't they? Yeah, they're this kind of, I've seen them on the search engine Yahoo being advertised. Are they all right? Yeah, they are. I've got this program manual for about 25% less than we could get it downtown in Watston's. Oh, okay, I'll try those. You've possibly spotted the irony here. Most of the people there now work for Amazon. Most of the youngish people who were there 30 years ago now are managers within Amazon's speech labs in Cambridge. Cambridge University, by the way, has historically been really good at that particular branch of AI. Did I see that coming? No. All right, last one. Yeah, the minor one, this really. Politicians becoming unfiltered on social media. Yeah. So, me and somebody else, we both joined the media department properly as lecturers in 2013, Saatchi and me. Saatchi was really interesting. He did elections, looking at Indian polls, looking at the rise of nationalism within India, electorally, really fascinating stuff that kind of resonated with the Welsh context as well, nationalism there. And we co-taught this very module for a short while. Him and me kind of tag teaming different lectures. And he spoke to me after lecture one day. He said, you've seen what's happening on Twitter. So, well, okay, goes, narrow it down then, Saatchi. Yeah, the Greek finance minister, he's just tweeting stuff that's happening. You're not going via Spin Doctor or anything. This was the time when politics teams might vaguely have heard of the time that Greece got a massive bailout from the European Central Bank to stop the economy basically going down the dumper. And Yanis Varoufakis, who was the Greek finance minister at the time, was actually being, very kind of proper. It wasn't a swearing night to the dozen, but telling people what was going on, giving his unfiltered, unspun version of events without the kind of political PR that surrounded so much at the time. And Saatchi said, there's something really interesting out here, isn't there? I said, no, politicians are never going to take to social media to mouth off about stuff. Just not going to happen. Dr. Saatchi, Jen, is now a reader in Cardiff University and a fellow of the Learned Society of Wales. I am neither of those things.